Hey guys, so real quick, I just wanted to do a quick little video that teaches you about what research is and how to correctly complete research. It's going to go along with what I've assigned to you in vocabulary, and it also is going to be a review a little bit of some of the things that we've gone over for our Passions project, but because there are only a few weeks left of school, I assigned you a project where you're going to be researching just a career that you're interested in rather than anything that you're interested in. So I want you to take what you learned from this video and this week's vocabulary and help that with your research process and gathering information. So it says, do you know what research is? And the little guy says, sure. It's when you copy down facts from books and websites and put them all together. So a lot of us go and whenever we pick a topic for Passions, we just start typing into Google and then we just literally copy down the facts word for word from the websites. That shows me that you're just copying, and it doesn't really show me that you truly learned something. For me to know that you truly learned something, you would be able to put it in your own words. So this little guy thinks that whenever you copy down facts from books that that's research, and they're like, not exactly. It's a learning and sharing process, and you may be like him, what does that mean? And we do this. We pick a subject you like to learn more about. He picked baseball, which is awesome. The first step is to explore your topic. I want you to think about what explore means. Explore doesn't mean go and automatically start taking down notes. Explore just means to figure out some things about that topic. Learn some things without really doing anything, just exploring. He wants to know how to do that. Start learning about your topic using books, websites, and videos. Don't take any notes. Remember, you're only exploring. Then you need to identify a specific topic, and he's already said that he wanted baseball. Well, the thing about baseball is not very specific. It's very broad. There's a lot to do with baseball, different things you can learn about baseball. So they're trying to say pick something specific to research. One part. So maybe one specific player, the rules, maybe the World Series, invention of the game, rules, how they've changed, traditions, baseball around the world, baseball stadiums, your favorite team, the minor leagues. So there's a bunch of different ways you can narrow down your research. Which for him, baseball around the world is kind of still a broader topic because he gets to research how baseball is in different countries. So it's kind of more narrowed down, but at the same time it's not, so he still has a lot of research to do, but I think it's a good, it'll be fun exploring that. Then it says next, you need to create some specific research questions about your new topic, and typically that's where I come in with your cards, and tell you, you need to have this, this, and this. This is what you're going to be graded on. So, like, some of the things that I give you are, like, description, what experience do you need, how much money would you make, what materials are needed, what skills are needed, maybe some important people in that field, things like that. So at your age, that's going to be my job. Whenever you get older, it's going to be your job to figure out what kind of questions you would want. Where is baseball a major sport? How did it get started there? Do they have different rules than in the U.S.? What U.S. players started in these countries? But he was able to narrow down to those questions based on narrowing down his search. So because he said, I want to research it in different countries, he knows he needs to figure out what countries is baseball played. And in those countries, how did it get started there? Like in the U.S., how did it get started in the U.S.? It didn't just start happening. I mean, like, there was something that took place before people started playing baseball. People didn't automatically just know how to play baseball. Do they have different rules in the U.S.? So he's used to the rules of baseball in the United States. Are they going to be different in somewhere like Russia or China? I don't know if they play baseball, but just an example. So that's how he narrowed down to those questions. Now you're ready for gather. That's whenever you take those questions and you start searching. And then once you start searching and researching, that's whenever you start taking down the notes like we normally do. See, you guys kind of skip this step because you don't have, I give you the questions, but it's always fun to just do the exploration, because you may, once you start exploring, you may realize, I'm not really interested in this topic, and that's really important. Because the Passions Project is supposed to be, something that you're passionate about, something you're interested in, and something you may want to pursue at one day or one point in your life. This is a big one. Remember that you need to take notes into your own, in your own words. Do not copy straight from websites, and a lot of you do that, and that's plagiarism, and I've gone over this time and time again. You could get in a lot of trouble for copying straight from websites and not saying that you didn't say that that's somebody else's writing. Bullet phrases, not whole sentences. Whenever you guys do keynotes, it's better, like how we're doing on this video, to just do short, to the point thoughts, not big, long messages, because whenever you present, somebody isn't going to want to sit and read these long sentences. They're just going to want you to be able to speak from your knowledge and not have to sit through a very long, boring presentation. Whenever you copy straight from there, you have to use the quotation marks. Record all your sources in a bibliography, which is that, we talked about, some of you at the end, putting down all the websites you got your work from and all the books you got your work from at the end. Then you have to create. Typically in the past, I've let you do this freely. You get to choose what way you get to demonstrate the way you research. For this particular project that I assigned you this week, you're going to have to do a keynote. But what I've liked about the Passions is you get to create something your own and show your creativity and things like that. How about a metaphor notes research project? So that's a big one that you guys have done. And then you have to share what you've created, and we do that. We presented to our classmates, and we presented to people in the community. This is a big one that I think you guys skip over a lot, is reflect. Think about how you did, how you could. There's always ways to improve. Even me as a teacher, I can always improve what I do. So think about how you could have done things better. What would you have changed? What did you like about your project, etc. Consider these questions. What were the easiest and hardest parts? And when did you learn the most? Did your final product answer all your research questions? What will you do differently next time? So the same things that I said. Make sure you remember these 6 steps. Explore, identify, gather, create, share, reflect. So explore is just the part where you're not taking notes. You're just looking into the topic that you want to know more about. Identify the specific topic. So narrow down your search a little bit. Gather the information to answer the questions that you've identified that you want to learn about. Create your project, share your project, and then reflect on your project. So those are just some of the important things that you need to know about research. And I know I've gone over these in the past, but I wanted to review and remind you of these things as you're starting this career keynote research. I've given you questions and things that you will be required to have in your keynote, so make sure you do that. But make sure you are exploring first. That's a big thing. If you think you're interested in being a teacher, research teacher, and then if you're not interested in it, then change your mind, okay? So just let me know if you have any questions, and then I can help you as you go on.